waffle in and brew it in. I'll get my words right in there. This is just a waffle. I'm going to keep waffle until the fucking battery runs out. It's finished now, well, more or less. We've done the little pieces on the end and put a little bronze perspex roof light in the side there, and a little outside light, and well, prepare your eyes. As you can see out the corner of the windows shop there, the inside has changed somewhat. In the back there, you've probably already seen the video. There's the beer dish, and storage with a conical, a few kegs, and my beer pumps that will be for my bar, which I've been just testing them out a couple of nights ago and resolving some issues and finding some problems, which is why there isn't a tap on that one, because the thread's bollocks. Plastic threaded beer tap, and it was all squirting out through the threads, cracked right through the threads. So and this one here, water was pouring out the top here, and the little gizmo that goes on the bottom of these Foster's Cronenberg taps is also missing. The Carling chrome tap, which I'm sure Tom is familiar with as he has a twin set, that works okay now. It was leaking there, but I've redone the seal. It does need a strip and clean thoroughly before I use it, and quite common that the Carling drip trays get broke, so I've managed to just put a little small one on my slew, and I purchased another pair for those as well. Pipe wise, this has the 7/16. We've got a 3/8 pressure reducer, which you can screw this down and restricts the flow through. I also have a 5/16 one for the what was a strongbow pump, subject to tap change and pipe diameter, because I'm tending to go 3/8. I think this is the 5/16 on this one. The other one was 3/8. But yeah, depending on what taps I've got a pair of these, and you can see, they want a frigging good clean. There's a little pot of stuff I've got that was sort of obviously salvaged out of someone's pub at some stage, that I picked up in the bargain corner at the auction. But yeah, we've got 3 taps that will be functioning, along with the stainless steel tub. Cleared the kegs off. As you can see, I've acquired a few more, and obviously some other ones there. But I also picked up a commercial sink, which has took me quite a few days or evenings spare time degunging it, because well, let's just say I'm glad I never ate at the restaurant that had this. But it's been cleaned now. There's a bit of rust here where the captive nuts used to be that have sheared off. This was the backsplash for the single tap there, which went through that hole, and that hole has one of those rising shower head type pipes with a tap head on it, with the old spring bendy gandy thing, which goes at the top, stands up about a metre. So I thought it was ideal, because it's quite a deep sink as well, that be ideal for keg washing. So I've chopped out with salvaging my old garage stroke kitchen sink, and gone for this one. And also my old, another refuge, was a little built-in fridge and freezer setup I had from a house clearance. Chopped out all the old kitchen and salvaged the units and whatnot. So I had the fridge, which did work, and I gave it a good clean out about 18 months ago. I've just plumbed it in on a temporary hookup, and had it running for about 40 minutes, and there's ice forming on the back plate, so it looks like that works. It's got the drain in the back as well, so this is going to be the little fermentation fridge. I was a bit, because it looked quite small to start with, but it will fit a fermenter, as I have. Oh look, another stainless steel bloody fermenter. Yes, it will fit a fermenter. That one and others, fortunately. It is a bit old and ropey, but it will do for that job. It's not any good for anything else. So we just got to crack on with the old STC little box to house one of those in with a couple of power outlets to control hot and cold. But that's looking good. So we will have a fermentation fridge, only a small one just for a standard fermenter. It won't fit the conical in yet. The other one will, hopefully. This is sort of the overflow. I had some stainless steel sheet. I picked up another eBay bargain. The whole back is clad in 2 runs, and then the third run is upright. Picked that up for 20 quid, and there's a little splashback down the far corner. You can't see because it's down there. Oh, and there's the Herms control panel box. But I'll sort this out in a minute, and I'll show you the table a bit better and the idea with the kegs for the Herms system. The beer fridge, as you can see, borrowed a sign from work that they didn't need no more. I might change that to beer shed, Britain's biggest beer shed, because in this little fridge, which is now being embellished, also sponsored by Beers of Europe, is rather a lot of beer mats to hide up all the old former screw holes, because it was a WILF, a walk-in larder fridge, which would have been trimmed with kitchen panels. So we managed to pick that up, and oh look, and Rogerson's still there. He's bungee jumping off the Humber Bridge, look. We have inside the beer fridge. The beer dish is fully loaded. Around and around a few shelves we go. So all the Trappist beers under there. Some Homebrews in there. Condensation's been dripping on the box when it goes on to defrost mode. Oh, it's Michelin Curler Hbws and a few 750s. Some Lithuanian jobs. Some bits and pieces up here. Hop Shackles Harvest Wines. One that Grant recently reviewed, courtesy Beers of Europe, was the Optical Illusion by Brass Castle. We've even got some malt liquor. Carlsberg malt liquor. Heavens! We've got a wild beer, Mexicoco. We've got the XH Hachicino Nest, Ghost Beer, Mission Dark Sea, Stout, all sorts of stuff. If you want me to do a see my beer fridge video and go through some of the more unusual, not quite often found. Pause for a second here if I've still got your attention and find a home for the corny kegs. Yeah, so keg wise I have my original little £10 auction find, which is a brand spanking new safety version, an eye wash station, body wash, chemical spill. That came with 2 CMB gas in gas out cordy fittings. It cost me a tenner. As you can see, it's quite a bit smaller against the standard keg, but it is slightly larger in diameter, so whoever that makes it gives it the same volume. I don't know, I'm not too worried. I mean, can't grumble at a tenner, can you? Behind those are the 2 orange capped, which are Firestone Walker kegs, or Firestone, is it Firestone? Firestone? Well, I don't know. Firestone anyway. They are off of eBay from a guy, I think it's Norman Numper. I think he's works in the trade. They are fully reconned, those ones. They've got new bottoms, all the stainless is polished. They've got all new seals on the posts and the lid, and you also get a gas in, gas out with the CMB connectors, the German ones, not the Chinese ones, and a little party tap, comes on a little bit of hose, and the same, all drop down the back. You get another one with a little speed fit and some gas line. We're a couple of weeks behind on Homebrew Wednesday because I've pre-recorded them while I was on holiday doing the shed, and then the week after was the Beardis one, which went up first. They went in arse about fast, as it were. Just found it easier to do little compilations, although it was a bit of a cheat really, because we went, well, that's pretty tenuously homebrew related, because it is a shed for brewing related stuff and beer related stuff. So yeah, those were the kegs. So talking of kegs, you can see some behind me. Let's just adjust the camera. I've got a 2-year-old raspberry beer here. I'm going to call it a Krieg because it's not a lambic, but well, it might be out 2 years. Clearing out all this homebrew stuff, I managed to find a one of my first beers I'd done when I got back onto brewing. You can see some little shiny bits. Hopefully you're picking those up. Let's try and zoom in a little bit. There we go. So we have 3 kegs if you're still in shop. For the amount of time and bits now that I've laid them out, I think shit, I've still got a lot to buy. We've got the 2 little pumps, which I've bought the disconnects to go on. I've yet to buy another set of the other connectors to fit to those, but let's just run you, I think you can see. So we've got a connector that will go on a silicone hose and the counterpart to it will go in a T-joint. Now I've got on there a bush and then a reducing one, which is 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch to 1/4, because the temperature probes were too long. So the idea is they no screw in there, although really no, it's the other way around now. If it's picking it up, then they could really be in the flow a little bit more, so I might cut the collar down a little bit just to bring this down. The alternative is to put it in long ways and have it that way, which won't require the bush housing, and do it that way, which means the probe is in midstream, but may prove a little bit more problematic with cleaning. But as you can see, it's in line there, so the work would come through, but obviously that then means that your pipe works at an angle, so depending on where the position is and how the hoses work, I've covered myself for going in from the side rather than from the front or the rear. Ooh, matron. But yeah, I bought these, a little bit dearer than the standard probes, but they do have the advantage of a little 3-pin speed. They just click in. A little gizmo. They are polarised. There's a little piece inside there that has to line up, if I can find it, like that, and then you just plop in. So when you want to take your mash tun off the bench to clean out, you can just disconnect your line and your hose, take it outside and scoop your mash tun out and rinse it out, and job's a good one. And so from the same with the mash tun, this is all sort of based on the Electric Brewery website, but this, and we've got 3-part ball valves for the bottoms of the kettles. I have still on order the 2-part ball valves to come in, which will be 1 for the whirlpool, 2 for the recirc. Can't see that bit, can you? Oh, we take it back out again. Right, yeah, so we've got 3-part ball valves for each kettle, for each pot. I've got 2 parts on order. They're still on order. They took 20 days before they posted them. So supposedly they're en route from Ching Chong. So we'll have 2 going in here for isolation of the Herms coil. Possibly 1 in the mash tun to isolate the flow, or not. It could just be, you know, a straight in with a disconnector on the other side. I don't know what to do with regards to a sparge arm, one of those cooler type arms, and then obviously a tap and an inlet for a whirlpool arm to go inside the boil kettle. which obviously you need to turn that on and off. So we've got some more taps on order to cover those. They come with the little bush housings and everything to go on the back of the tap to fit straight to the keg. I have got to buy at least 3 to sort out these. So I'll put a hold on everything until I know what else I've got in and can take stock. Electric wise for the box, which I think you've seen before, I've got me cut out till, a punch till. You just drill a hole in, put that through and do up the Allen screw and keep doing it, and it cuts a nice round hole straight through the cabinet door, so you get a nice neat hole. So I'm pretty much there. I've got all my switches, buttons, knobs, dials and PIDs. Sourced a piece of aluminium to use as a back plate, and the only other issue I had was the plate. This is the bottom plate with the large hole where obviously the armoured cable gland went in originally. It's quite a substantial bit of steel, but only got one, and I didn't have at the time any checker plate to do it, but I do now. I found a piece of checker plate which will be going on the top, which basically only serves for a mounting point for the heat sinks on the SSRs. But yeah, we'll clean that up and cut that, and we'll fit that on the top. So we are progressing electric wise. We're pretty much there. I think I could start cutting and shutting on that. Yeah, so electric wise we're pretty much there. I think I've found a few other bits in the shed that might come useful, like a DIN rail holder mounting piece, some of that conduit with the slots in it for passing the wires through. So it is really just the kettle conversions now are going to be the main bit. So I think I've bored you to death already enough. You've seen the shed of bling. Electrics is cutting the oils are still going to be an issue. Gas is still a bit of a problem as well. I'm not short on cylinders, it's just the ability to fill. So that's it really. Gas, taps, got to get some beer line. I've got a beer line cooler under there as well, I didn't show you. I've also got a stainless steel house style kitchen extractor fan, which there won't be another one coming, a wider one. I've also picked up a 5.5 inch inline extractor fan, so if they're not man enough or drop on a proper commercial extractor hood, I've got an inline fan ready too. So we're pretty much there now for equipment. What we need now is somewhere to brew it in.